Welcome guys to the Dropout podcast. Here we invite ambitious and curious dropouts, rebel, outsider, underdog. We discuss their journey to find themselves, to build, to create, to grow, but also their challenge, their learnings, their advice. We will talk about unconventional choice, relationship to work, to education, but more generally, we will discover the lives and learnings from people who have decided to forge their own path. So today we welcome Edouard Merle du Bourg, an ambitious dropout turned entrepreneur. Is the co-founder of Teliosa, whose mission is to make therapy more accessible. So he will definitely explain us what is Teliosa and what was his journey to build it. Welcome, Edouard. How are you?
Yeah, thanks a lot for the invitation, Julian. I'm really happy to be there with you.
Perfect. It's very cool to get you on board. I think it's one common friend who put us in touch, D-Line, if I'm not wrong. Very cool to meet you. I already saw what you were developing with Teliosa. I saw some of your interviews too in French. So today the idea is to present yourself to the dropouts community, to every people who want to achieve great things, but who are maybe like thinking about like, do they want to continue school? Do they want to pursue their dream, their careers? And so the idea first is to know more about you. Can you maybe present yourself like in 1 minute for people who don't know you?
Yeah, sure. So my name is Edouard Merle du Bourg. I'm French. I live in Dubai. I'm 23 years old. I co-founded Teliosa with my brother now 3 years ago. So basically what we do is that we help therapists to grow their practice. So we help them help more people. We started this company because our mother is a psychologist. It wasn't working really well for her at the beginning, so we decided to help her. And thanks to knowledge that we learned through this journey with our mother, we created a program, and now we are helping therapists in France, and we started helping therapists also in the US, in the UK, in Canada.
Okay. Interesting that you starting with a problem that your mother faced and that you were pretty close to. It was your first project as an entrepreneur, or you experienced other adventure before?
I had like some past experience, but it was not really like intense. Like it was really like small project.
Okay.
When I was like 17 years old, I created a brand with my brother, but
Okay.
we did maybe one sale, and it was not a big success. Then I decided like to. I don't know if I should like talk about my journey now, or if you have more questions.
No, it's pretty interesting. Like, let's make it smooth. I'm very interesting to know more about like this brand and how you started working with your brother. So yeah, continue.
Yeah, so basically I was like 17 years old. I started this brand, this clothing brand with my brother. We did one, so it was not really a big success.
Okay.
And it was still in high school. And so in France, after high school, you can either go to prépa. So prépa is something you have to work hard, and it's really...
It's like a 2 years program. You work very hard to enter the best school, etc.
Exactly, and it's really intense. And I didn't want to do that. So what I did is that I went to the university, and I wanted to be there because my brother was working in finance at that time, so like in 2018, something like that. Yeah, always really close with my brother. We have been launching these clothing brands when I was 17. And so yeah, I went to La Sorbonne. I spent 2 years there, and I really like hated it. It was not a really good experience. I wasn't going like to schools. I was going to the university a lot. I was really going to work as little as possible.
Why you didn't like this experience in the school?
Yeah, it's a good question. I think that the main issue was that I was not free of myself, and I was not working on the stuff that were really passionate to me. So I was broke, I was a student, I had no money, and it was really frustrating. So I think that at the end of the first year, I decided to join a program that your friend made. It's called the Heroes Academy, to do some like gigs jobs, like some some little freelancing stuff with
Okay.
video and stuff like this. But it was, again, it was not a big success.
But you were experimenting at some point.
Exactly. And I think that it's really, really important part of the entrepreneurial journey. Most of the time, your first project will not be like the best project ever, but acquiring some new skills to make like the next projects even better. So for each project, we learn some stuff, and during this project, I learned like how to create nice video, how to do some video editing, and those skills were really useful once we launch Teliosa, because I use those kind of skills to make like make some BSL and some stuff like this. So and fast forward at the end of the first year and a half, it was March 2020, and in France we had a lockdown, and so
the COVID.
COVID. So for me, like, the COVID was the best thing ever, because I was with my brother at my house with my other little brother, and I was like, well, now last Sorbonne is like really like everything's gonna be online, and you are not gonna have to work a lot. So let's start something new. Let's start with your brother. And so like maybe 6 months before, we helped our mother to like launch her business. We talked with my brother, we brainstorm, and we said like, okay, let's do something with that. And so at the beginning, we have like 3 clients, 5, 10.
What was like the business of your mother and her job, like, basically?
Yeah, she's a psychologist, so she had people with like mental disease. She didn't have any client because like she was really good at what she was doing, like at helping people, but she was really bad at marketing.
It's 2 jobs at some point.
It's really different. So, and so that's how we discovered the market gap.
It's funny that you tell me like that the lockdown for you was like this crazy opportunity that make you like really start the company, start working full time with your brother. I got a lot of feedback like this. Some of other job boss told me that for them the lockdown and the fact that not being in the school every time with the same people makes them like live this kind of spiral when you are always with the same people, you're always with the same kind of subject, and so you become the average of the people you meet, and it's very more difficult to get out of this comfortable zone when you leave it. And with the lockdown, a lot of young entrepreneurs took this opportunity to create their project and to follow their own path because they went out of this, and so this make them begin their second life at some point. I have a lot of feedback like this. I don't know if it was the case for you or if it was just a question of like getting more time to do business. No.
Yeah, I understand that when I was in university, I didn't have a lot of friends from the university because I was really into it. I had like one friend, and he stayed until the end from last summer. But I see what you mean. But for me, it was not a big thing because like, I was spending a lot of time with my brothers.
So you were actually out of this zone, and you didn't want it to change your personality to adapt yourself in this kind of thing.
I mean, I think so.
And so working with your brother, like it's the first after like this brand you tried to build, you started working on your startup. Did you ever experience other entrepreneurial or other journey with your brother, like kind of project you bring to life together? I don't know, it can be like something you create on your garage, something like selling plants on the market. I don't know. Did you ever experience making some things next to the school with your brother, some activities, some business, etc.?
Yeah. So the marketing, the clothing brand, one that I launched when I was 17, I launched it with this brother. So we already had like some really like quick experience. We have been like really close to each other. We have been like doing some really like extreme stuff, like trail running, like really long, like running stuff. And so, but done like some entrepreneur stuff, just disclosing brand, but it was a nice experience.
Okay, but you are complementary, like in your daily tasks, etc. Like you find the balance between like this broad journey and being like in good relation and being like productive at work because you're complementary.
Yeah, I think so that we are pretty complementary. My
Mhm.
brother is 10 years older than me, so
Okay.
he has like different experience.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, I think that for each part of the business, we have like all we yeah we don't do the same thing. For example, I usually like work on the marketing and on the sales, and for example,
Mhm.
my other work mostly on the product and everything related to finance. Uh,
Okay.
but yeah, otherwise we discuss every subject together.
Mm.
No one that like will like my brother will not decide on something if I don't agree with.
Yeah.
So we take our business decision together always.
Okay. Okay. So you have like create like strong foundation and system to make sure there is no fight and everything is like making sure it's
Yeah,
working.
with my brother, like it's never.
Yeah, because at some point, like it's very like a good strength to be with family, with brother, sister. You know, like in time of like human ability to work together. It can be a plus in terms of trust, etc. It's a plus, but sometimes it can be also like dangerous at some point because like it's family, so it involves like all the subjects, not just the business. Um, so it's you have to find the balance, and not everybody can work with their brother or sister.
Yeah, of course, sure. But on the other hand, like my brother is the person I trust the most, in business. There's some downsides, but I think that for a relationship, there is not a lot. There is a lot of,
Okay.
so yeah,
Okay,
uh,
I get
that's
it. And do you think you could like work in future or even now with your little brother?
the moment he's like a soccer player in the state, but for sure in the future, I think that's
Okay,
work.
interesting. The bro crew.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, so I would like to get back a bit about your childhood. I wanted to ask you like what kind of shield you wear like when you were young. You were like the curious one, the popular one, the shy one.
Yeah, that's a good question. Like, as far as I remember, I was like pretty shy when I was a child.
Okay.
Uh, but I'm still not that shy, but like I prefer to stay on my own and like talk to
Okay.
people. Like for me, like networking event and those kind of stuff. So it's not really where I strive, but I
Okay.
can do. I force myself. But yeah, when I was a child, I was really curious. I was really like wanted to do hard stuff, and so for
Okay.
me, translated to like sports. A lot of sports. I've done a
Okay.
lot of competition in various fields. I didn't take like one sport and became the best. I was
Okay.
like
Experimenting.
sports, and I was above average.
What sports did you practice?
So I did like basketball. I
Okay.
did hockey. I did triathlon, swimming. All that sport, I was not the best, but I was above average. And like, yeah, I was really liking to push myself hard always. When I was a child, I wanted to become a doctor. So yeah, and I discovered entrepreneurship when I was like 14, I think, something like that. And yeah, before when I was really young, I wanted to be a firefighter. One video that was really interesting for me is that the video of Steve Jobs when he explained that in your life, at one point, all the dots are going to be connected. So when
Mhm.
I wanted to be a doctor, now I'm an entrepreneur, and maybe in the future, and now I'm working with therapists. So in
Yeah, you're working in this industry. Yeah, at some point, yeah.
I think that at one point everything is gonna connect.
The more youngest you are, the more you are a bit like influenced with like society, but also with like your family, etc. stuff, because you didn't experiment a lot of things. And the more you become older, the more you become, you know what you like, what you dislike, where you are good at, where you are not very good. And there's like some link definitely with what you do at the end, but it's in lot of the case not what you originally dream of at 7 years old, you know.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, definitely. Definitely, yeah, that's really true.
Okay, interesting. And like when you were like chill, beside like launching this brand at 17 with your brother, did you experiment other kind of things next to the school? For example, I remember that when I was like in school, I was like building like a motorcycle. I was making like some mechanic stuff beside the school because I was loving it. And right now, I'm starting thinking that maybe it's creating from me like this curiosity and this need to create things, to build things in tech, but maybe it was a foundation. So it's a question that I like to ask. Like, if you remember to your childhood, did you have like any activity or things that maybe showcase this curiosity and this need to build, or it went more later?
As far as I remember, yeah, when I was at school, I was
Mm-hmm.
doing my homework and stuff like this. I
Okay.
spent a lot of time on the computer, like watching videos, learning stuff,
Mm-hmm.
the and doing a lot of sports, like
Okay.
every
So
day.
sport was very like focused.
Yeah. I was really like focused on doing sport, on improving my body, and I think that now it's helped me a lot because now we have a team, we have a pretty big team, and so like when I was like in some like basketball team, like it helped me a lot because um for example, like I treat my sales team as not exactly as my basketball team, but you have like some stuff that
Mm.
are really similar. There is like the leader, there is some followers. This sport helped me a lot in the way that I manage my team.
Mm.
And almost at the time, like my parents really pushed me like to do a lot of sport and to do a lot of extra activity other than working at school. And at the time, I didn't really get it why. But now I understand why they wanted me to do those kind of activities to improve my skills and to really improve as an individual.
What was the feeling and how your mother, your father, your family react when you told them that you wanted to drop out from the college, etc.? What was like the reaction? And they were happy, they were not happy, they were okay, they were not okay. What was the reaction?
Yeah, so basically we launched during the COVID, and
Mhm.
6 months after that, like 6 months after the date of launching, we were doing 100K a month, like every month, just the two of us. I was still in university going to school, and I was doing like 20 times more money than my teachers.
Mhm.
I was like, it was a no-brainer for me. So
Mhm.
I decided to like finish my third year. But yeah, my family were really supportive. I have like a really close cycle of people. I don't have
Yeah.
like 30 friends because I don't need them. Really lucky to have a good like cycle of people around.
Yeah. And do you think you would drop out if you didn't got this metrics and distraction, if you didn't got like even revenue? Did you think that you would took this decision to drop out?
Yeah, I think so. I think so because I wanted to be an entrepreneur for me. Uh,
Mhm.
so I had like no other like possibility.
Mhm.
My brother used to work like in like big corporate company and told me like for sure you're gonna hate it.
Mhm.
So, so I think that yeah, I was really lucky to have like the COVID because I had a lot of time.
Mhm.
And I for all the people that are really listening to this podcast, when you are at university, it's like the best time ever to launch a project because
Mhm.
you have a lot of time, there is not a lot of risk, and even in the worst case scenario, you can usually go back to your parents' house or some stuff like
Mhm.
this.
Okay.
Yeah, sure, like it was the best decision ever.
So, and do you think like if you would continue like the university with your business in terms of like time management, etc., it would be possible to do both, or do you think like at some point there's like a it's time consuming, so it's difficult to manage both when you have your business grow?
Yeah, for sure. I could have done it for sure,
Hmm.
uh, but I would have lost like a lot of time. Like
Hmm.
now I'm in Dubai, like a big company, like everything
Hmm.
perfectly. If I would have lost like maybe 2 years. I could have done it, but it would have been much slower.
But do you think it's just a question of time, or also like maybe mindset, like because it's the question of the all in or not all in, at some point, like.
Yeah, sure. I think that's the main important thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just about the time; it's being all in, like just focus on your business.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, once I drop out of the university, like the company like really like grow again really fast because I was having like so much more time. It was really a game changer for us.
Okay. And so you mentioned me you were like experimenting during your journey with Heroes Academy, so training yourself in editing, training yourself in other stuff. Um, First, like, how did you how did you find it? But I think it's a friend of you. But what was the journey to find this kind of program, and what was your experience by like testing all this kind of new job for you, etc.?
Yeah, so basically what happened to me is that I went to Paris, I was like broke, like I didn't have any money. And so the pain was coming from here. I was doing like some little like studio jobs, like yeah, and I was like I've done that maybe 3 times or 4 times, and I really hated it. I had to find a solution. I was really like liking like this kind of video stuff, yeah, like editing stuff. And I said to myself, okay, let's try to try to find like some work like this. So I don't remember exactly how I went across the lab. It was like the first big purchase that I made. It was like maybe 500 euro. But as a student, it's not that much. It's still a small investment. We did the Heroes Academy, and it worked out pretty well for me. It really helped me like to be around people that was like me first. Also to talk with Dylan, and Dylan was pretty good entrepreneur at the time. So I was talking to him a lot, and so that's how I earned my first like 1,000, 2,000 euro.
I wanted to know like if you purchase it or not, and I think it's a great point that you mentioned it. You told me like you were like you booked it, 500 or 600, I don't know. But for students it's okay, but a lot of students will not pay for this, will not invest in their education as they are already like in school, university, and they have already done the job at some point. But it's a pity because some of them and the majority of them don't like everything they learn and could be interesting in other things, but other thing maybe can be training that costs money, and we don't have the reflex, especially in France, to invest in our knowledge, in our education. What is your thinking about it? Like, it was your first investment, and right now do you invest in other programs, other training in your knowledge in particular?
Yeah, sure. So it was my first product that I want to invest in myself. But yeah, that's an important point. That's so important to invest in yourself. I think that total since the beginning. So in 3 years, we have invested like something like 300,000 in the company in like learning how to manage the team, how to be better as a human. But yeah, so one guy that helped us a lot was Samuels, and so we bought the first program at 1,500, and so thanks to the program we went from 0 to 10K, and then he had like a 7K program, and thanks to the program we went to then 200K. And so it was like a big investment. It was 25K, I think, something like that. This investment we went even higher. Yeah, the last investment we made was like 68,000 for a 1 year mastermind. We're trying on a yearly basis to make like some big investment in mastermind, surrounded with people that are the same as you, that have the same problem, and that have the same ambitions. And so as a student, I think that it's one of the best investment you can make.
So you think like the course, the knowledge is very good, but also like being with people who are chasing the same goal in same industry, etc. It's also like something that helps you a lot.
Yeah, sure. Because I'm a really competitive guy. I always want to be like the guy that like for me, money is like a good KPI, so making a lot of money as an entrepreneur, it means that you are a good entrepreneur in a room. So like, for example, 2 months ago, we were in the States and we were with people doing like 3 million a month. Okay, so those guys are here next to me. I'm talking to them. They're really smart, of course, but they are not like genius guy. I can be the same guy, same as him. So yeah, I'm really competitive. And when someone is doing more money than me, I want to him and I want to be as
Okay.
good as
It feeds you, it stimulates you.
yeah. That was also why we moved to Dubai because I was living in Lyon. I was making a lot of money like for a young guy in Lyon. But now in Dubai, I'm like just a small guy. So
Okay. So what is the life in Dubai? Is it good? Like you have some friends who are in your industry. Did you find more people who are like you? What is the life in Dubai?
life is Dubai is amazing. Honestly, friends like Dubai suffer of an awful image because of this cancer and stuff like this. But honestly, like I love France. I love my country so much, and I love going back to France. But when I'm in Dubai, I'm like in the temple of work. I'm like really working hard. Um, and yeah, when you are like in the city walking, there is like amazing. Like I'm not a car guy, but there is like a lot of luxury. So it's really helped you to push to another level. And yeah, I have a lot of friends like in the same industry. And yeah, when I met like last time I met like a 20 years old guy that was doing 1 million a month. How is it possible? What is he doing? And so for me at least, it's really helped me to push it again. Yeah.
Okay. I think for some people, it do the reverse, like it creates so luxury, so much thing that's okay. This guy like 20 years old, 1 million, and you guy, but I can feel this. Okay,
Yeah,
interesting.
I know that for some people, like it's frustrating them, but yeah, no, for me, like yeah, it's really helping.
And like regarding the project, what you actually do exactly, what is your value proposition, and what is like the roadmap for the coming weeks, coming months, coming years with your company?
Yeah, so basically what we do is that we help therapists to get more clients. So therapists is like psychologist, hypnotherapist,
Okay.
sociologist, mixologist.
Mm-hmm.
And so basically we have like around more than 2,000 customers in France. So
Mm-hmm.
we are really like the leader in the French industry.
Uh-huh.
Now we want to like also like develop a lot the US part. And yeah, our goal is to help even more therapists to grow as a company. Our main goal is to do 1 million a month. That's
Okay.
the big goal.
How did you start the project, and what you remember about you doing from 0 to 10K? What was like this kind of thing that we're working, launching your project?
We identified the gap thanks to our mother because it was a problem that she had, but also all her friends had. We were like, okay, so if she has this problem and a lot of her friend has this problem, it's maybe can be a good product to sell. So yeah, it's basically that therapists are really bad at marketing. And so once we identified that, we decided to do like, I think that the first, we had the first clients thanks to organic method, thanks to like cold email. We had like maybe 3 or 4 clients. And then the big switch for us was really like creating a, um, um, a lead generation system, like the biggest like difficulty in all industry. Yeah, once we launched the ads, it's really grow month after month. So we did like yeah, Facebook ads.
So you started like bootstrapping and testing the offer with cold outreach and with outbound, and after when you validate it with other people external from your mother network, etc., you starting like paid marketing with like a pretty well designed funnel from ads to maybe a call or maybe a webinar and to closing, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we did that.
Okay.
So it was just a game of a numbers game.
What is the product exactly?
Yeah, so the product is a high ticket product. It's like a 6K product. We teach all the things that a therapist is going to need to develop its practice. So basically, like they have access to a CSM, so one that is going to coach the therapist, has access like to some videos where we explain exactly like how to grow their practice. On the French market, they have access to like 5 calls per week, dedicated coaches, and they have access to a community. It's just therapists, and they are helping each other. They are meeting in person, and yeah.
Awesome. And so you launched in France, in the French market, and you directly started to go worldwide, opening all country, or you started in opening like dedicated country by country?
No, so basically what we did is that, for 3 years, we stay only on the French market. We are really like minimalistic in our approach to the business. So for 3 years, we had one product, one acquisition channel, a really, really small team. But in 2023, we decided to expand a little bit more, like to grow the company, And so we launched a mastermind back in, and we launched the States 4 months ago, I think. And it's we decided to expand in 2020.
Okay, and you expand, just to know, like in United States only, or you also market, every market?
And in the US, Canada, and UK at the same time.
Okay, yeah, because I think you, in this kind of product, you have to target country, like for the ads, for like the program, for the product even. So that's why I was asking.
As if what's really nice about the product is that it's exactly the same principle. There is like some small change, but the same, it's like creating lead, like converting the lead.
And like the community is the same, for example, for all the English?
The same, yeah.
Okay.
It's like a community in French, and we have a community in English. So once we will like have more stability, the English market, I will say, we will expand, I think, that to Australia and to.
Okay. So you recommend like to try to focus as much to not like maybe diverge and go on a lot of direction. Like you can like put one place for all the English native people, in one place for all the French, and maybe in future in one place for all the Spanish, but not just like one for each country.
No, I think that we really hate like complexity in our business. For 3 years, everything was really simple because it was just the French market. And now that we have like the US and the English market, it's as we have created another company, almost, not exactly, but almost. So we wanted to really simplify it. But if we want to learn Spain, I think that it's going to come at one point. We will do a product for all Spanish speakers.
Okay. And by thinking about it, do you think like it was a good decision to stay in the same market during 3 years to maybe like grow, to know better your product, your audience, etc.? Or maybe it was because you didn't got like the same level of ambition at this time, or you didn't know that you could expand. Would you do this again, staying in the same market for 3 years, or would you expand more faster?
Yeah, that's a really good question. I think that with the knowledge that we have right now, we will do it much faster. But at the time we had this knowledge, I think that it's a good idea. It was a good idea because it makes us much stronger on all the department of our company. We had more money to launch the US. It was like we were not like rushing. We were like going like, okay, let's do it. Let's do that well. So honestly, like, because expanding to a new country with the business that we have, like, it's not a SaaS. It's we have like some coaches. You have like to translate everything, and so it was a big work to do. So I think that we decided to do that because we were like we reached like a ceiling level in France. When we were spending more on ads, we didn't have like the same ROI. So for sure, I think that we can still grow in France, but I think that there is, in terms of input-output, there is more to do in the
definitely. I was asking because like right now people want to build like tech companies, even if it's training at some points. they chase worldwide market directly, which is cool because it's ambitious, but it's more difficult at some point because there's a lot of people who are here and who are not waiting for you, and maybe who have understand things better than you, and can adapt better than you. So I think it's finding the right balance. It's good to start in a niche on small market to be sure about like your audience, your product, etc. But you don't have to be stuck too much if you really want to do something ambitious. So you have to find the right balance.
Sure.
But I can relate it to your story because with the Quest, we co-created a training education, Train. I don't know if you know them. Yeah. And we launched like a school, like a new digital school, like around like editing, freelance, etc. And we started in France, and the team wanted to expand ASAP. So we wanted to expand like on worldwide, like in US, in UK, etc. But it took us like at least 1 year and 1 year and a half to master the French market. And right now that 6 months that we decided to move, we had to raise funds to make it possible with the local partners, with like money to be able to inject, etc. So it's a different game at some point, but it's very similar. But we had to get like prepare, raise money, master the market, etc. So we did in 3 years, but in 1 year and a half. And even it's not easy to do, so I think there's always a period of time that you got like input and output, but you have to adapt yourself to the new market, the new culture, the coach are different, the content are different, even if like the basis of the product is the same. I don't know if you face the same things, but for example, the coaches, it's definitely not the same approach we have in US that in France, even if it's the same even if it's the same job that we are learning at some point, but just in US market, you don't sell the same way you sell in France, for example. And so, yeah, we have to live this to adapt it.
Yeah, there is a lot of difference from French market to the US, and yeah, that's a totally different game. That's
definitely
that's not harder. That it's just different.
I was thinking also like I think you found your, I don't know if it will be your life company, but at some point, like it's a mission company, your missionary, and before you were like with your brand, your e-com brand test, you were like more missionary. Do you think like it's important to succeed, to believe in what we build, to be like a bit missionary, to be not just like 100% drive by cash, or do you think like at some point you adapt yourself?
Honestly, I think that it depends on your goal, And for myself, will not like say some bullshit like, yeah, I was like really driving by the mission of the company. No, I was more driven by the fact that I wanted to have some freedom and I wanted to make money. But once you like resolve this money game, now I'm more onto like the mission stuff. What's really nice about our company is that since the beginning, the mission is really nice because we help artists help more people. An amazing mission. So I'm really driven now by the mission of the company. I think that I could be even more driven, but we are trying to push that even more with like the people in our company. But I know that a lot of people join us also because of our mission. They truly love the mission.
I think it's very honest and very true that when you're like 18 years old, 20 years old, you can not have like a strong conviction, a strong mission that appeal you, and you can be like attracted by like profit business. At the end, you solve a problem, so it's exciting. But at some point, the more you grow and the more you understand the value of working on something that pleases you and that's really like make something great and that you really like. And at some point, it's true to find talent. It's true to inspire people. It's true to create like a feeling of commitment for others. Even your clients will co-create this with you, etc. So I think it's 100% true to say that at the beginning, you don't always wake up with this conviction, this idea, and the things that will drive all your life. A lot of time we mention, we talk about this like in movie. We show you that Steve Jobs wake up with this idea and he dedicated all his life from his initial. No, I think it's a path, it's a journey, and you start working on things that interest you, and you start adding your value on it, and it starts making great things.
Yeah, sure. And I think that at one point you're gonna for sure connect the dots. The only thing that I will never do is that I will never do some stuff like in Dubai there is a lot of people doing like some OnlyFans stuff. That's because I think that dirty money leads to dirty consequences. I will, yeah, focus on money, but something that is not like shady.
Yeah. You will not like do like non-ethical business and
Yeah.
okay, mate. That was very cool. I don't know like if you would like to give like any other talks or learnings to the young dropouts, young ambitious dropouts who want to be like tech companies. I don't know like if you have any things to share.
Yeah, I think that, yeah, something is that I don't read books. And I know that like on YouTube and stuff like this, like everybody is pushing you to read a lot of books and stuff like this. It can be good, but I think all the information are in like courses. At the beginning, I was really like into those kind of stuff. Yeah, I need to read books. I need to read books. I tried it at the beginning, but it was not a game changer for me. So the most important is like do something that you are like comfortable with.
It's true that everyone say like you have to read book to learn, but again, it's like conventional and you can learn from your own way, talking with people, discussing, going on events, spying your competitors. And it's good to say like, don't try to do what we told you to do online, etc. Try to do what's work with you and what plays you. Good one, Edouard. It was a pleasure to discuss with you. First time we meet and a great conversation, discussion. Thank you very much for your time. It was a pleasure.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Julian.